Hello, Ocean Way School of Dance. I am Miss Tracy and this is Ella. And Miss Tara has asked us to create a recital makeup tutorial for you all this year so that all of our girls have the same look. I have created a custom recital look for you using Mary Kay products so that naturally enhance your girls' features so that the audience can see them from stage. So I'll go through each step of the process and try to make this as easy as possible. All right, so this is how Ella looks every day with no makeup on. So we are going to enhance, like I said, enhance her normal features, but make them a lot brighter so that she can be seen from stage. It may seem a little dark, but bear with me, it has worked. All right, so it's always good to start with a foundation primer so that the makeup goes on smoother. It also helps if you mess up, to help the makeup wipe off a little bit easier. I am using Mary Kay foundation primer on her face, and you just want to smooth it all over her face to get it ready for the makeup application. All right, so after we apply the primer, we use some foundation. This is Mary Kay's CC cream, and I recommend this one is medium light. I recommend that you do 1 to 2 shades darker on your foundation because you want to make sure that she's not washed out once the lights hit her. This is going to look darker than what you're used to in wearing makeup, but it's not as concerning that it blends as much as puts color on her face. So I typically put the foundation on the back of my hand so that I make it like a little palette and apply it to a sponge. I make just a regular makeup sponge and apply generously all over her face. And just continue the process until everything is blended and the coverage is gonna look like it's too dark. So when you think it's really too dark, it's not enough, keep going. So once we've applied a few coats of the liquid foundation so that you feel like it is dark enough, we go back in and apply concealer, and this does a couple things. It just hides even more the redness or dark circles or blemishes, and it also can highlight the areas that you want to highlight under the eyes, on the chin, and on the forehead. So you want to go in and you want to make little dots everywhere that you want the concealer. So I'm applying the concealer in a triangle under her eyes, above her, on her forehead, down her nose, and her chin. And then I'm going to go back in with the blender and blend all of that in. All right, so now we're going to go in and apply bronzer so that it accentuates her cheekbones and cheek line here. A good rule of thumb to not go too far is to make sure that you are not, that's about an inch probably, away from her ear lobe, because if you do, it's going to have the opposite effect and make it look way too sunken. The product that I'm using is Mary Kay bronzer. It's light to medium, and I'm using the Mary Kay cheek brush. You really don't need a whole lot on your brush to do the trick. Now I make her make a face so that I can see her natural cheek line. And you want to make a thin line to begin with. It's always easier to put more on than to take it off. All right, and before I blend it in, I'm going to apply blush, and you just want to put it on the apples of her cheeks and up to her hairline. color, and then you're going to want to go back with a powder brush and blend those two together because you really don't want any lines. And it may take adding more bronzer or adding more blush to get it to the right look. Alright, so Ella has now, we have done her bronzer and blush, and we have blended it from the bronzer line up, and we are ready to start on eyes. So we're going to start the French roast. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to make her eye line even more accentuated so that it can be seen from stage. So I typically use her natural line and work from there. So I start by doing a triangle. And we're going to take this color also in the crease of her eye. And then we're going to fill in the triangle a little less than halfway on her lid. And I just keep going back and applying more to make it darker as I feel I should. So then the next step is going to be, I use Mary Kay's eye smudge brush to put the sweet plum on. And always make sure you get the excess off. And I'm going to do it again in a triangle just below where I put the French roast. And again, just about a little less than halfway. And then I take a brush that doesn't have any eyeshadow on it, and I blend the colors together. And then the final color that I use, I'm just going to use with the Mary Kay eye color brush, and I'm going to use the Sweet Cream. And I'm going to put that all over her lid. I also use the Sweet Cream on her brow bone and the inside of her eye by your nose. And this is going to make the eyeshadow pop a little bit more and act as a highlighter on her brow. So then I just go back in as many times as I need to create the look that I want. The final thing, and this is extra, something extra to do, you don't have to do this. The final thing I do is use a crystalline, the color's Crystalline by Mary Kay. It's a almost white color, and light in the same places I use the Sweet Cream, but mostly just around that triangle. And again, this just makes the color pop. First, we're going to start with the eyeliner on the top. All right, close your eye, and I pull the eye so that I have more, it's more taunt to work with. And you want to go starting with very close to the lash line and just take it piece by piece. You don't want to do a whole line at once. And you're going to follow that line lightly up that we made with her eyeshadow. On the outer corner of her eye, you don't want to take it in all the way or make it too low of a line on the bottom, because that'll have the opposite effect. It'll close her eye instead of opening it. Alright, so open your eye. And you can blend it to the bottom. Open your eye. You
can blend it a little bit in the bottom, just on the outer part. Make it blend in a little bit better. There we go. All right, so Ella is going to do her waterline now. She does not trust me to do it. And that her waterline is the inside of her eye. All right, so now we're gonna finish the eyes up with mascara, and I have Mary Kay's Lash Love Waterproof Mascara. Then finally, we are ready for lipstick, and I am using Mary Kay's Red. Ella has pretty dark eyebrows as it is, so I don't do a whole lot to them to make them darker, but you can use an eyebrow tint or an eyebrow pencil and fill lighter eyebrows in. All right, so this is the finished product. Trust me, on the stage, it's going to look much better.